Hello and welcome to another episode of Life in Rural Japan. Today I'd like to talk about police, road rules and that sort of thing. So really in Japan you don't see that many police on the road. Mainly you'll see them out on days that end in 0, so 10th, 20th, 30th they tend to get out and they'll check stop signs and do that sort of thing. But on the whole you don't usually see them around. Like you're not going to see them around today because it's 34 degrees at the moment. They're not going to be out, they'll be in the police station where it's nice and cool and with the air conditioning. And yeah, so it's not a big, you don't see a lot of police. In Australia there's police always driving around. And they have like cameras, they got cameras up for seat belts, using your phone, speeding, red lights. Here we don't have any of that sort of cameras around. And using your phone while you're driving, you're not supposed to, but so many people use their phones while they're driving. They'll be driving along texting or playing games. You see them, you drive up alongside a car and you look in, someone's there texting, looking down at their phone while they're texting. You know, it's very dangerous, but you know, many people do it. It's very common to have people driving along using phones. That's a real common one. Seat belts, most people use seat belts because if once you get over 20 kilometers an hour the car goes crazy and tells you to put your seat belt on. So most people wear seat belts. Drink driving here is not a big thing. It's 0 alcohol when you're driving, and I think most people are pretty right on it. You know, you don't see many people drinking and driving. It's very, yeah, that's sort of a no-no, drinking and driving. And like speed limit here, you've got, I've got a police car up here, got lights flashing. So yeah, because I've got a police station just up the road here, so there's a police car there, Suzuki Swift, got his lights on. But very rarely, that's the first one I've seen today, first police car I've seen today, and it's, the police station's just up the road, so that's probably why. But yeah, speeding, a lot of people sort of drive, like this is a 50 zone, you'll get people driving along here at 70 kilometres, 20 kilometres over a speed limit is not uncommon. And yeah, there are certain intersections, like when the police are around, they'll check stop signs. You know, there's a place up the road from me, they check it all the time. And there's one back, we've just come past there, there's a bike cop, he always sort of checks that intersection for the red lights. But red lights, quite a lot of people will go through red lights actually. It's not uncommon. You know, they'll be coming up to a red light and let's say we've got the traffic lights here. It might change orange now and it's red and they'll just drive through. They don't worry about stopping. You know, that sort of situation. Yeah, that's not uncommon for people to go through red lights. On the whole, most people are pretty courteous in Japan while driving. If merging, they'll let people in and that sort of thing. There's not a real lot of road rage. I have had a few people go a bit crazy, but I think they're just nutters anyway, you know, and that's just their personality. Here's a police station here, but there's a couple of police cars in there. But yeah, on the whole, it's not that bad driving in Japan. But yeah, using phones while driving, that's a big one. That's a big one. Speeding, you know, going over the speed limit, that's another one. Going through red lights, that's sort of another one here too. But on the whole, it's not that bad. You don't see that many accidents. You don't really see that many accidents on the road here. And yeah, on the whole, it's not bad driving in Japan. It's not a big problem. But if you do get caught for like speeding or going through a red light, when you go to renew your license, you have to go do a lecture. you have to watch a video and answer some questions and that sort of thing. So that's not a lot of fun. It's pretty damn boring, I tell you. I've had to do it once, but yeah, it's not a lot of fun. But that's about it. I had a friend, he got caught for speed, and he was in a 60 zone. He was doing 84, so he was 24 k's over the speed limit. Cost him 18,000 yen, so about 180 Australian, which isn't a real lot. It's for that sort of speed. I think in Australia it costs you a lot more than $180. But yeah, that's sort of about it actually. It's not that bad driving here. You know, it's pretty relaxing. Sometimes you get a bit of a traffic jam. You know, if you go into like Nagoya and that, yeah, the traffic's crazy in there and people chop you off. It's different. Driving in the city's different. And people in Nagoya, man, they're pretty crazy driving. They'll chop you off or whatever, you know, cut in. They park anywhere, that sort of thing. But out in the country, yeah, people are pretty decent. It's pretty easy going. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's a nice day today. It's about 34 degrees. Everything's going pretty good. But yeah, sometimes people indicate very late coming up to an intersection. They'll just about be right on the intersection, then they'll put their blinker on and turn. And sometimes people, they sort of half turn the corner, and then they'll sort of nearly stop, you know, and you'll nearly run up the back of them, you know, because they go around the corner so slow, you know. But yeah, that sort of thing, that's sort of a bit common. But on the whole, it's not bad. And like I said, you don't see many police around, so your chances of getting a ticket in Japan, I think, are very low compared to like Australia, where they're just out for blood. If you do 4 or 5 k's over the speed limit, they'll grab you. And they got the speed cameras and that sort of thing, and they have cars with speed cameras, and they'll set them up on the side of the road and catch people like that. It's a real money-making thing. But here it's not that big a deal. Like on the days of zero, you'll see them out, but you just got to be a bit careful. Stop at stop signs and obey the road rules, and you won't have much trouble driving in Japan. Anyway, that's it for today. It was just a bit of a look at the road rules and how people obey them and that sort of thing. So anyway, till next time, that's all for now.